Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's great news. This guy scored a solid A. He is a great guy. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is much better at talking about big dreams than actually turning them into reality. You'll see plenty of excitement and promises, but when it comes time to push through the tough or boring parts, he's likely to lose focus or give up. He doesn't have the steady work habits or discipline it takes to climb high in his career.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't explode or show a lot of anger. He stays calm on the outside. But instead of dealing with the problem openly, he's likely to quietly pull back and keep his feelings to himself. This means he tends to avoid tough situations rather than facing them and bouncing back quickly.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might find him friendly and easy to talk to at first, since he's lively and caring in his own way. However, he can sometimes come across as blunt or harsh because he's not very careful with his words. Respect might be hard to earn for him, as he rarely puts in the extra effort or builds strong, lasting connections at work.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He will feel happy for you and show genuine excitement over your success. He's not the type to get jealous or try to compete with you because deep down he cares about people more than he worries about his own status. He doesn't tie his self worth to career achievements, so your good news won't feel like a threat.
What if you start earning more than him?
He won't secretly resent you or feel small if you earn more. He's not worried about who brings home the bigger paycheck. Money isn't how he measures his value or love. Instead, he'll likely feel happy for you and maybe even brag about your success to others.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to be a bit careless with money and doesn't plan much for the future. If something excites him in the moment or makes someone happy, he's likely to spend without worrying too much about the consequences. Saving and sticking to a budget aren't really his strong points.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He often lives for the moment and may spend money as if he has more than he really does. It's not that he's trying to fool anyone, he just doesn't pay much attention to limits or plan ahead. He might buy things to make himself or others happy. even when it's not the smartest choice.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is open handed and has a generous heart. If someone close to him needs help, or if there's a chance to make someone happy, he's quick to give without much hesitation. He doesn't hold back, whether it's with money, time, or attention.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's generally open and straightforward about money, not the type to hide things or play secret games. If you ask him about his spending, he'll likely tell you without much fuss, sometimes even admitting when he's been careless. He's not controlling or bossy with finances and doesn't try to keep everything to himself.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He doesn't believe that housework is only your job. In fact, he's more likely to pitch in and help, especially if he sees you tired or needing support. Still, you won't find him expecting you to do everything alone, and he appreciates teamwork at home.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the kind who will jump in and actually do the chores and change the diapers, not just watch and supervise. He may not do things perfectly or keep to a routine, but he truly wants to share the work and be part of family life. You'll see him try to make things easier for you, even if his methods are sometimes a bit haphazard or playful. You may need to remind him sometimes, but his willingness to help is real and from the heart.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not the type to get into long arguments just to prove he's right. When you share your feelings or concerns, he will try to listen, even if he doesn't always understand right away. Sometimes he might seem distracted or not fully get your point, but he won't turn things into a battle.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays calm and doesn't lash out with hurtful words or aggressive actions. Instead of shouting or saying things he'll regret, he tends to pull back and keep quiet. You might notice him becoming distant or withdrawn, preferring to avoid the situation rather than start a fight.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he isn't the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He's generally calm and doesn't lose his temper easily. His style is to avoid fights rather than start them.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He's usually able to say sorry and admit when he's made a mistake without blaming you. He doesn't want to create more tension or drama, so he will just accept his part quietly, sometimes with a smile or a simple apology. He's not the type to argue or point fingers to make himself look better.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He may be warm and affectionate, but he doesn't force his way or push past your comfort zone. If you tell him to stop or say you're not ready for something, he's likely to listen without getting angry or making you feel guilty. He cares about your feelings and wants you to feel safe and happy with him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He usually doesn't take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He cares about your comfort and feelings, and he understands that everyone has off days. If you're honest with him, he'll accept it kindly and not hold it against you.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He doesn't believe in using your secrets or intimate experiences against you, even if you have a disagreement later. Even if he makes mistakes in other areas, using your trust as a weapon isn't his way.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally faithful and prefers to give his attention to the person he cares about. He enjoys being close and sharing happy moments, and this loyalty usually matters more to him than chasing excitement elsewhere. His focus is on building a good bond with his partner, not flirting for fun.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive or the jealous, controlling type. He's relaxed about relationships and trusts the person he cares about without needing to check up on them all the time. His attitude is more about enjoying good moments together than controlling you or acting suspicious.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective side doesn't come from a need to control you. When he cares, his actions are more about wanting you to be happy and safe, not about keeping you under his thumb or making all the decisions. Instead, he supports you in a gentle, open handed way.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He naturally sees parenting as something to do together, not just your responsibility. He wants to join in the laughter, care, and daily chaos of raising kids rather than leave you to handle it all alone. He values togetherness over strict roles, so you won't find him expecting you to do everything by yourself.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm and not lose his temper. He's naturally patient and doesn't get angry quickly, so he's more likely to try to comfort them or talk things through gently. Even if they make mistakes or have a bad day, he responds with understanding instead of raising his voice or punishing harshly.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support you as both a mother and as your own person. He doesn't see you as just someone to handle the house or kids. He values your happiness, dreams, and feelings too. He cheers you on in what makes you feel alive, not just what's expected.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man who will pretend to support your career only to pressure you to quit after having a child. He genuinely wants to see you happy and fulfilled, whether that means working outside the home, pursuing a dream, or trying something new. His support is real and not a trick to get you to give up your independence.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will likely treat your parents with real warmth, not just surface level manners. He isn't big on formalities or fake smiles. When he cares, he shows it openly and tries to make your loved ones feel comfortable and included. He values real connections and will do his best to build genuine, happy bonds with your family. He's more likely to try and adjust to your family than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or gets too involved, he will usually handle it calmly and not make things worse. He isn't quick to anger or start fights, so he's likely to stay patient, keep his cool, or quietly step back instead of adding fuel to the fire. His goal is to support you and keep things as peaceful as possible.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he is not the type who acts modern with you, but suddenly expects you to become a traditional supportive wife when relatives are around. What you see is what you get. He wants you to be comfortable and true to yourself, whether it's just the two of you or with the whole family. He doesn't worry much about keeping up appearances or strict traditions.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will support you and not leave you to deal with it alone or take their side. His main concern is your happiness and peace of mind, so he will quietly stand by you, offering comfort and reassurance, even if he's not someone who jumps in with loud words or arguments. He doesn't like fights or drama, but he also won't disappear when you need him.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is not a typical mummy's boy. While he cares about his mother, he doesn't let her opinions come before yours or control his decisions. If there's ever a conflict between you and his mother, he will try to see both sides, but his main loyalty will be to you. You won't feel ignored or pushed aside in favor of his mother. Your feelings and needs will truly matter to him.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not the kind of man who will run and share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values your trust and knows which matters should stay between you two. If you tell him what's private to you, he will respect it.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, as we mentioned at the start, this guy scored a solid A. He is a great guy. Being in a relationship with this man means life is warm, caring, and full of laughter, even if things aren't always perfectly organized. He brings lightness to everyday moments, cheering you on and making you feel loved.